Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Soman Mathi, and today I met with Mr. Suman, who is a PhD student, and he is also a Python enthusiastic. So today we will be engaging with him to discuss a few minutes about to Python, to learn Python, or why a candidate should learn Python. So hi, Suman, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm Munsi Mostafizur Rahman, a PhD scholar, and I'm here to explore Python uh, because as a researcher,
Yeah, I understood.
Python.
I understood, Suman. No problem to see. Suman is a PhD scholar and he wants to learn Python for his present project, which could be embedded system project or could be a good machine learning project. So, but today we are discussing that Python should be is a kind of a language. Anybody can learn it. It is not required that you have to be from a technical background. Then only you can learn Python, or you are a non-technical background, you should not learn Python. It is not such a kind of scenario. So okay, moving forward, like why should we learn Python, or a candidate, why should he him motivate himself to learn Python? So first thing is that Python is a very easygoing language, and it is a open source language. So like I can like in my presentation I have highlighted few points. So this language has been built up of taking the concept from any other language like C, C++, Java, or any RTL design language. So it has borrowed all the concepts from different sources, and it clubbed together to design a very sophisticated and higher abstraction language, such a kind of a Python. Python is a very easy language, and that is the reason I always motivate everybody to learn Python, irrespective of he is from a technical background or non-technical background. And thing is that it is so robust for data analytics. It can like it is a today's world is a mostly a data-driven world. So and we have a big data, other technologies is there, but parallelly side by side, Python has come up with such a packages that it can work as a distributive programming also. It can work as a data frame and build up the data frame and data analytics also. Apart from that, Python is the only way to I'm not going to say it is the only way, but it is almost a absolute way to to apply machine learning and data science project in your application. So, see, Python has a three branches is there. One is for your data analytics part, another is your data machine learning and data science part. This is another one branch of Python. Another branch of Python is that suppose it has a huge data analytics is there. You are planning to perform some kind of a data analytics on Python. That is that is also purely acceptable using the pandas and NumPy libraries and different kind of scikit-learn machine learning algorithm. And another part is that Python core development is there. Core Python development like any other language development, where the Java we are developing some application or so Python has a core development also. That is also another branch of the Python. And the third part is that I'll say the web design environment mostly is become very popular now with the help of Django or Flask kind of a microservices. Okay, so going forward now, thing is that why a
Uh,
candidate? Yeah, you have any questions, Suman?
yes. Could you please tell me, as a technological student, why should I learn Python over C language or Java language and C++ language?
Okay, so see, I told you earlier that Python is a language which has been borrowed from all the concept, either a OOPS concept or threading concept or any kind of method design concept from other languages like C, C++, Java, and okay. So thing is that it is a very sophisticated and easygoing language. It is so easy that a non-technical person also can learn the Python. And the second very most thing is that there are thousands of engineers who are developing new packages to integrate Python with so many technologies like either a cloud or a big data or any kind of data analytics tool or data visualization tool with Tableau. So so those small companies or vendors, there are thousands of engineers who is investing their quality time to develop open source packages, okay, so that the candidate like us or candidate like who is listening those videos, they can utilize those packages. All are free, okay. There is no cost associated with it. And main advantage of this is the Python is a very easygoing language. It is not like a Java. It is not like any C++. Like there is a certain, to some extent, it is certain complexities associated with. Python is a very easy. Anybody can learn it. It is just a 3 to 5 lines of code, and that's it. You will be connected with the either a cloud system or you can do the data analytics. So that is the reason you can do the like a huge sort of work using Python. That is why a candidate should motivate himself with the Python. And second thing is that the Python is such a language that you can connect with the cloud very easily, and our next generation technology is the cloud. So it is an opportunity to leverage the cloud technology using Python. So I hope that to some extent I can give you the explanation why you want to motivate yourself to learn Python, Suman.
Yes. I have a
Okay.
question here. One question here. What is the main contribution of Python in the cloud services such as AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, etc.?
Okay. So see, as I told you that Python is a kind of a language which is helping to the next generation technology. So next generation technology is nothing but the cloud technology. So then so candidate should ask a question. Then we should learn the cloud. Then why should we learn the Python? Yeah, definitely we have to learn cloud because our next years or next 10 to 15 years is fully for the cloud only. But the thing is that if you know Python, it will give you a helping hand to connect those apps using Python. You can develop a small chatbot, you can develop a small data analytics, or you can trigger the input and output from that cloud application. So there is a lots of flexibility of this language is there to connect to the cloud database or the cloud application. So that is the reason I will always prefer that learn Python, okay, and start at least start doing small coding of the Python, either in Anaconda or in PyCharm or any other GUI, and connect to the different application. So I hope, Suman, I have answered your question. So going forward,
Yes, yes.
see,
I
yeah,
got it.
see, I want to show you some demo in that. As I told that there is a three type of GUI is there for Python. One is your Python from Anaconda. You can access the Python Jupyter, and or you can download from PyCharm from JetBrains, or you can download your VS Code from Microsoft. So there is a three different platform is there. So PyCharm is completely free. You can download it. Anaconda is also completely free. You can download it. And VS Code, I'm not sure whether it is a free or not because it is sponsored by Microsoft. Uh, so and Python has two component. One is your GUI, another is your interpreter. So Python, when you are downloading the python.exe file, that is the interpreter, either it's a 3.6 or 3.7 or any other version. Those is the interpreter. First you have to install it. Then you have to download the GUI, and you have to integrate those interpreter with GUI. Now let's have a quick demo so that candidate or Suman, you also can have a look on how the Python is going to run. I'm trying to share my screen for a Python GUI. So I am sharing it. I am sharing it a GUI of this PyCharm. Suman, is it visible to you?
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is same kind of a GUI of the Java has or Eclipse has. It is the same panel, left panel where you can develop your framework, and in the right panel where you can write the code, and the down bottom side you have you have the error message or terminal where you can run the command prompt. So this kind of flexibility is there. So now I'm going to run some one or two examples so that candidate can habituated what kind of environment is this. See, this is the thing I'm trying to write it. Suppose I have a one kind of a string or thing is there. String, suppose I am taking one string, which is that I am Soman. So now I want to traverse it. I want to show that how to traverse a string in Python and how easy it is. And you candidate can see it that how it is different from any other language. So now what I am doing it, I am writing as for a element. I'm giving any name and I'm traversing it from that string k. Okay, and I'm just printing it. This is just a basic one so that a candidate can learn it. Instead of j, I can give any kind of alphabet or element, anything I can give it and I can print it. So what it will print it, that it will traverse the string and it will print all the elements. This is one small demo. And so like that, Sumon, you can start developing lots of small programs.
Yes,
Or if you want
yes,
to,
yes, I got it. The
yeah,
output of the program.
yeah. So if you want to import a package, suppose you want to import a package called NumPy, you can do it also. Same thing, like you can type it, import NumPy, import pandas, any kind of package you can do it. How you can install it, you can come down to here and you can do pip install NumPy. So it will start installing the packages. It is so easy. I'm telling that this GUI is so easy. See, it is what it is telling, that requirement is already satisfied. That means this library already installed into my into my GUI. So you no need to install it again. So same thing, I'm going to run it for a data science demo so that the candidate can understand what is like, what kind of, say here, what I'm trying to do it. I'm taking a 0 to 25 numbers. I'm arranging it in a like using a NumPy packages. I'm trying to arrange it. And what I'm trying to do it, I'm trying to square it and then plot it. So this is a one small data science project example. Another data science example is that I am taking a small photo and I'm trying to extract some part of the image, some kind of a pixel of that image. That, see, those are only 7-8 lines of code of the Python. It is, and it is so easy. I'm going to run these programs. Let me share the result of it. So see, this is the first figure. Suman, can you see the see the share?
Yes, I can see the graph of the output.
Okay, you can see it, right? So what it is showing it that it is like plotting the graph. It is plotting the graph into the 0 to 25 numbers and it is squaring them and then plotting it. So it is a kind of a y equal to mx square kind of plot. And then the second part, Suman, I think the sharing has been stopped. I have to share it again. Just hold
Yes.
on. Okay. I'm going to share it. Now is it visible, my GUI?
Yes, the code is here.
Yeah. So yes, so same thing. I was trying to run this code and uh, see if I run this code, then it is a kind of, see, first image it will come. This is your my master image. Is it visible, Suman, now? So this is this small
Yes,
code,
yes, yes. It
small,
came.
yes, this small piece of code is what I am doing is that I am providing this picture as my input, and what is my intention is that I want to extract some part of this cupboard. Like I can extract the spoon, I can extract only tea, or I can extract some part of the pixel of the picture. So now the resultant picture is this. So this is the resultant picture where you can see this some part of the pixel of the picture I am extracting using the Python this is actually purely a data science application. Uh, so coming back to my presentation. So this is a small demo of the Python. It is like for a Python enthusiastic. I will encourage you that Python is an open source language. You download it, you try to execute small programs, and then you start learning all the concept which I am going to upload it in my next speech. So at last but not the least, Python is very easy. To learn a Python, you should
One
not.
question here.
Yeah, or just wait. Let me finish. To learn a Python, you should not be a technical person. A non-technical person can learn Python, and in coming days, from my experience, I am telling it that either a grocery or a shopkeeper or a like I can say a fashion designer, all they need to learn Python, because these small application they need to connect it using Python. And Python is so well connected with this small application, either a cloud application or e-commerce application or any kind of application. It is so easy and so easy to put the data analytics using Python that a non-technical person has to learn a Python. He will learn by himself. This is so easy language. And yeah, you start installing the GUI. You start installing the GUI and start learning as much as possible. This is a very easy language, and it is open source. Yeah, Suman, please. You are supposed to ask me a question.
Suppose I am a fashion designer, then why should I learn Python?
Yeah, I understood your question, Suman.
And
You
I
are,
am a non-technical person.
yeah, that is
Then
I'm
why should
telling.
I
See, the next
learn
generation is
Python?
coming. Next generation technology is coming as a cloud technology, because these cloud partners, either a Microsoft or Google or AWS, they are building up, investing money on the cloud for last 20 years. Now they want to sell their product, and for us as a consumer side, like we do not have any other option but to go for the cheapest technology. So what we have to do it, we have to pay and use kind of model, you have to follow it. So these cloud providers, they have developed small application like each and every aspect of the life, either from machine learning or a virtual chatbot or a augmented reality application. So they have developed everything. Now what you have to do it, either you have to pay some small amount of bucks, and we have to utilize those things. To do that, we need Python. So suppose a grocery, a fashion designer, he is a non-technical person. You can argue with me that why he or she needs to learn Python. But thing is that suppose he is running or she is running a small e-commerce application. That application he needs to connect with the Python so that he can get the better result for better data analytics. A fashion designer, he or she is working with a thousand and millions of photography, or he or she wants to do the transformation on this photography, or this thing can be done very easily on Python. It is not possible with any kind of other technology like paints or any other thing. So I will encourage everybody, either you are a technical guys or non-technical guys, grab this opportunity and start learning Python as soon as possible, because the next generation technology is going to be either on Python and with cloud. So Suman, do you have any other question?
I have a last question. What is the future scope of Python?
See, Python, as I told that every day there is a thousand of engineers who is working very hard to develop the small packages of the Python. Either somebody is developing to integrate some like packages to connect to the cloud. Somebody is developing some packages to connect with some new cloud database or some machine learning algorithm. So this is very vast thing, and lots of engineers, they are investing their time to the Python. So if you ask me that what will be the next of the future of the Python, I will say that it is a Python itself only. Python becomes so huge and so robust and so easy that we won't let Python go so easily. So next 40 to 50 years it has to be in Python. And and I'm 100% sure that almost all kind of generation they are love to learn the Python. So thank you, audience. I hope that I can pass some energy to all of you so that you can learn actively Python. We'll be
Thank you.
coming back into our next video. Thank you.